Now let's go over each of these data type in detail. So I'm going to be starting with string. So from there we'll move to number, we'll move to list, just like that. So what I will do now, I will just okay, let me still leave here like this. So let's work on string. Let's talk about string. So like as I told us earlier, string is any character inside the quote. Now the quote can be single quote, it can be double quote, it can be triple quote. So as far as already inside a quote, it is regarded as a string. So now if I should say something like new name equals to James, so I want to use triple quotes now. Come here, change it to triple quotes. So you see, so this is a string, this is triple quote, this is a string, this is double quote. Let me come here and say old name Mike. So this is a string but single quote. This is a string, double quote, this is a string, triple quote. They are all regarded as a string. If I should come yourself and say age equals to 20, this is integer according to what we have learned before. But anything that make me to come here and put a opening single quote, closing single quote, it's now regarded as a string. So it's no longer integer, it's now a string. If I should say something like is login equals to true, this is a boolean. But anything that will make me to put quotes to round it, it is now a string, no longer a boolean. It is now a string. So string is anything that is inside the quotes. Now we'll be dealing on the methods of a string. So that means the method that apply to that string. So, and what is the role or what is the function of a method? Method allow you to manipulate a string. Method allow you to analyze a string, like not just to string, to any data type. The work of the method is what I summarize as crude. So something like this. I will just say method, all right. I don't want to type, but let me just say, so method do what I call crude, CROUD. So just summarize it, just summarize the role of a method to crude. And crude, the C is create, then we have retrieve, we have update, and we have delete. So the role of method is to do one of these things. Either is creating that data, or it is retrieving that data, or it is updating that data, or it is deleting the data. So that is the role of method. So basically this method is to manipulate. So when somebody uses the word manipulate, you should know if you want to expand that word manipulate, you can expand it into this category. So the whole essence of method is to manipulate the data, and it can manipulate data by either creating a new data from it, or retrieving a specific value or a specific something from it, or it can update it, probably adding another value into it, or maybe removing value from it, that is updating, or it can delete the data totally. So this is just the summary of what method does. So as we are doing different data type and their method now, just have this in back of your mind that what method does is to either create, retrieve, update, or delete. So all the methods we are going to be looking at, they fall into one of this category. So just have that in back of your mind. So like I said earlier, we are starting with string. So what I will just do, let me come over to my interactive share. So now I told you this is interactive share. Please, this is not terminal. This is your interactive share. And I've explained to you why it is called interactive. It's called interactive in the sense that when you give it a request, it gives you the response immediately. That is interactive, like interactive chair. So this is Python interactive chair. Okay. Now, what we want to be doing, we want to be exploring different methods that apply to string. So we'll be working with data type called string, and we are going to be exploring different methods that work with this string. And as I told us earlier, the reason of this method is to either create, retrieve, update, or delete the data or the data type. So that is what it's actually doing. So that is the role of method. So you just summarize it to manipulate the data. So the role of method is to manipulate the data. And that manipulate can mean different things. Can mean deleting, can mean updating a value, changing, things like that. So now I'm using the interactive share. Why? Why am I using interactive share? The reason being that I don't want to be, for each method I want to be doing, I don't want to be writing the code here. Then I'll be coming to my terminal to run it. So instead, let me just be writing them in my interactive share so that you'll be giving us the response as soon as possible, right? So let's begin. So we are looking at a string and its method. What I will write now, let me say title. Title equals to, let's say, welcome to my blog. I will, on purpose, write the blog like this. The reason why I write it like this, so I can use it to show us certain things. So I'm writing this blog like this on purpose. So now what I just did now is that I store the value welcome to my blog to the variable title. And you already know that I've explained to us this is a string because it's inside the quote. So now I want to show you method that work with it. So if I should say print, now print is a built-in function that just displays something on the screen. So inside the print, which is inside here, you put what you want to display on it. So if I should maybe put something like good, I press enter, you see it display good on the screen. So that is basically what print does. So anything you want to display, you put it inside the brackets. So now what I'm going to do now is write print, put the bracket. Now inside the brackets, I will say title. Now you know what it will show now. Like if I should press enter, it will display welcome to my blog, which is what the value that is stored to the variable title. But what we are exploring now is method, which are the method that apply to this string. So I will press up. When you press up in your keyboard is to return back the code you have written before. So I will press up. Now it's up to put just title. I'll put title.upper. So this is title.upper. So .upper is a method, like upper is a method that converts all character to uppercase. So if I should press enter, now you see it has manipulated the title that was before written like this. I manipulated everything to become capital letter, which is capitalized, right? So this is one method. Now let me press up to return, as in bring back the code I wrote last. It's time to write up, and now we write lower and press enter. You see it turned everything to lowercase. So .lower is another method again that you use with string. Now you may be asking yourself, why is these things why are we doing this thing we are doing? Now the thing is that if, for example, you tell somebody to give you his email, maybe you build a website or a mobile app and you want to log in the user, maybe the person can mistakenly, maybe when the person gives you his email, you know, we have talked about input. I mean, we have talked about input here, which is a built-in method. I told you it accepts. I think when we're doing part 3 or so, we talk about inputs. So inputs allow you to gain input from the user. So if we put input like this, now you want to get input from the user. You say, what's your email? What's your email? So the user, when you run this code, okay, because this is interactive, I will not be doing it, but when you run this code, the user can give you his email in this form. Something like this. It can give you his email like, let me say, something like this. And this is not what you need. You want it to be normal, like everything will be in the same case. If it is lowercase, I think normally, basically, everything is supposed to be in lowercase. So, but now the person give you like this. So you know that you first apply this dot lower to convert everything to lowercase before you store it to your database. So the thing is that they have so many use of this method. So that's why we are exploring them. So let's talk about another method. So now we have done the method called dot upper. We have done the one called dot lower. So let's do another method. So assuming you have email like this. user@gmail.com. So you notice there is space in both the left and the right. So this left is what we call leading white space. This right, what we call trailing white space, right? So now, when you come into removing space from your string, we have the string method called strip. So we are going to have something like, if I should say print, now I told you I was using print. If I'm using print to display it on the screen, if I should say print email, you notice there is space at this back. There is space here. And there's also space here that you probably are not seeing. There's also space here because this space we give here. So to remove space from your string, we have what the method called strip. So I'm going to just say, let me return back the last. And this I'm going to use dot strip, strip like this. You put your bracket at the end. Press enter. So you see. So this strip remove both leading. Leading is the space before the text. And trailing white space is the space after the text. So it remove both. So this strip remove both. So if I should call last memory again, instead of me to just write strip, I will say, let me say arrow strip. So this arrow strip is saying remove space from the right. This arrow like right, remove space from the right, which is this side. So if I should press enter, so you see it. This space at the left still remain, but this space at the right has been deleted, but probably you are not seeing it. So now, if we run it again, but now instead of we to say, so instead of to say L strip, we say L. Like instead of to say arrow strip, we say L strip, and press enter. So L is the left. It removes space from the left. So you see the space from the left are removed, but the one at the right is still there. So that is what this one does, like strip. This strip does. Also, we have another one called replace. Let me say you have your text like this. You can see hello. Say hello, you have name. So let's just store this first. So we have text as equals to this. This one is they use it in all these personalized email. We use it in personalized email template to send email to bulk people. And when you receive the email, you think you are the only one, or you think the bank or the company have time to write message to send to you in particular. You don't know, say that same message they send to you, they send it to so many people. It's just that where the space for, or should I say the space your name is, which is this space. When the email come to me, my name will be here. When the email come to you, your name will be here. So that is just what it actually does. So how do they do this in this thing? So I can say something like print. If I say print now, I told you print, I just want to put it on the screen. Test.replace. So replace is another method that we use. So when you are using the method replace, inside this replace, you put what you want to replace, the string you want to replace, with the string you want to use to replace it. That is just what you do. What's the one you want to replace and what you want to use to replace it. So the one I want to replace is this. So inside this one, we have name, which is what you are seeing here, this one here. That is what I want to replace. So what do I want to use to replace it? Let's use John to replace it and press enter. You see it is say hello John. So that is how this one does, like this one does. And the usage is in personalized email or personalized messages. When companies send you messages, that is what they actually did. So we have another one called split. So you want to split the string into a list of substrings. So let's say something like you have tags. You can have tags equals to, let's say Python, comma, the Django, okay, the Django, comma, like we actually use this in tags. So you have a string like this, which is Python, comma, Django, comma, web, comma. So you want to split it like into a list of tags. So you can say print, which is the way we do normally. You say tags, which is this variable name you have here. Then you have split. So when you say split, you are, let me do it again. So you see, so when you say split, so inside this split, you put what you want to split it from, like the variable, or let's say the value you want to use to split it. So inside here, I will just put comma like this. If I put comma, it means, first of all, you should know that this split, first of all, is what converts a string into a list, right? What converts a string into a list. But which part of it you want to use to split it? Like when you are splitting it into a list, what is the, let's say, criteria you want to use? So you put comma. If you put comma, I mean after each of this comma will be used to be separating it. So now let us do it like this. And but you know that it's a string, it's not a variable name. So like this, you press enter. So press enter, you see what it shows. So it has converted the string into a list. So and it split it from this comma. Like anywhere you see comma, that is where it's used to split it. So we also have many other methods you can explore. We have .join, we have .find. Let me assume you are finding a word. So you can have something like this. Let me say word equals to, let's say, I don't want to be giving some kind of example here, but in some comment section in blog or some platform, they can say they don't allow so words. So if you write your comment, they can search. They will know if you have that word in your comment. But because this is a tutorial, I don't want to give that kind of example here. So, but let's just continue. So I can say, let's say, okay, let's just say content. Content equals to welcome to my blog. So this is text I've saved as content. Welcome to my blog. So I will say print. So inside the print, I will pass content dot find. So when you put content dot find like this, inside this find now, inside you pass what you want to find. So which is like the availability of a specific word. So if I should put blog inside and press enter, I see it responds 14. So that means this word, the index of this word is 14. So this word is found as index 14. So that is what this thing means. We can also find the index of this thing by doing something like this. So I just record the last memory. Instead of me to write find here, I put index and press enter. So you return the index, which is 14. So this find and index, they are similar, just that index will return error if it's not found. So that is their difference. So we also have other ones, well, because I don't want this tutorial to be very long. I will just be showing you them in brief. So let me assume str represent any string. Like str can be equals to I am coming, like something like this. So let me just assume str represent any string. Not, it must not be I am coming. I just want to show you several other methods. So it can be to represent any string. So if I say str.count, and inside count I put sub like this, where this sub is any substring, like I want to look. Okay, let me just show you something to see. I'll clean this thing and say sub equals to let me put it in quotes, like substring equals to So if I say str, okay, let me print it out so that you just see the output. But after this one, I won't be printing it out again. So just for you to use lesser time for this tutorial. So if I say str.count, then so which is count, I put str.count. Then inside this count, I put what I want to count, which is sub. If you press enter, it returns 1. So that means it's trying to count how many of this is inside this. That is what it does. So, but anyway, just assume str can be any string, and assume sub can be substring. So if I say something like str.start, let me say starts with, then I put prefix inside here. Like a kind of saying, I think they're saying check if the string starts with this. You understand? So in some cases, it can be when you are trying to get a website link from somebody, like you tell them to put their link. So instead of them to write https://example.com, they write something else. So you can detect that this is not a valid URL. This is not a valid link. So this is some usage of this one. So we also have some other one like end with. We have some other one like dot capitalize, which is to capitalize the first character. So that one is not like upper string. If I say something like name equals to Isaac, So if I say name dot capitalize like this, you see it capitalize. Okay, it's not obvious, right? Let me do something. Let me say name equals to Isaac. The I is small letter. I can even make this other 2A be capital letter. So name equals to Isaac like this. So if I say name dot capitalize, so you see it capitalize only the first letter, make the other one small letter. We also have dot title, which is for test. So it capitalize the first letter also. The first letter of each word, it capitalize it. So let me say if I say title, or let me say content equals to let's say God. Okay, God is good. So what I just did here is I just say content equals to God is good. So if I say content dot title, so what title does is that we just capitalize the first character of each word. So let's press enter. So you see it capitalize the first character of each word. That's what it does. So let me just go over to our text editor to write other codes. What I will just do, I will comment out this area. I don't want them to be part of the code currently. I'll comment them. Let me even delete this stuff also. Let me just show some more examples that are interesting that you know. So let me assume you want to get number from somebody. Normally we have ints, right? But we want to use string. So let's get a number from somebody. You can even get the length. So let me just show you something you can have. But I'm not supposed to be introducing conditional yet, but just to show you a little way how you can create an interactive program. So let's say you can say something like, did I say phone number? Let's say phone number equals to input. Remember, we have talked about input. Input is just a way to get input from a user, and anything you put inside this quote it will be output to the user, like an instruction for them to follow. So let's say, what is your phone number? What's your phone number? So I will reduce the screen so that you can see everything. So what is your phone number? So now when this code runs, the user will see here. When the user enters his phone number, we store it to the variable phone number. So what we want to do, we have another this thing that can return the length. Normally we know that phone number, let me say the length of phone number is let me assume length of phone number is 10. So I can say if length of, so this is on that method again. So if length of phone number is 10, we can say print valid phone number. So that means this person phone number is valued S. Now I'm not supposed to be introducing all this now, but I just want to show you how you can be using some of these string methods for interactiveness to your program. So you can say print, let's say print, even what the user enter, I can put it here. Like what I told you, I've talked about this F string before. So F string is a way you combine string together. So we use this F string when we're also doing input. We also use this F string. So I can say, I can put the phone number now inside. This is not a valid phone number. So this is another method again that we can also use. So this is not a valid phone number. Let's save this thing and just run. So to run it, you just come to your terminal. So this is our interactive share, not our terminal. So what I will do, I will exit it. So just type exit, put bracket at the end. So I've exited from our Python interactive share. So you can press CLS to clear the screen. So I've cleared the screen. So what I will just do, I will press Python space the name of the file we are on, which is part5.py, and press enter. So you see, say what is your phone number. So let me say 09090909090. So let's count how many digits this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is already 10. So let me just clean this last 0. If I press enter, I say it's a valid phone number. So let's run it again. I'll press up to recall the last memory. I'll press enter. So now, but what I will do, I will say, let me just enter just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Press enter. It says this is not a valid phone number. So you see, so this is a method now that return. This is a method that apply on a string. It's return the length of the string. So what about, let me show you something. What about if somebody now trick you? Let me do something like this again. Run it again. Now the person enter 10 digits, but you say A. This 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And press enter. It's a valid phone number. But we know this A is not a valid phone number. Okay. So avoid that kind of scenario. We now have another method that you can use in string. So it is called isDigit. So now this phone number I enter, after I've checked it like the length, I will now also check if phone number, as in phone number dot is digit, like this. So what this thing does is saying that is the phone number a digit or not. I'll say print valid phone number. I will come this one, say S. I will say print length validation pass. I will just come under and say print number validation field. let's just do it like this. What I will do, I will remove this part. Remove this part. So you see what I'm just doing here, I'm saying that if length of phone number is 10, which is what we want. Now, mind you, there will be a situation which we say less than, greater than. I don't want to be introducing those things yet. I want to just make it as simple as possible and as interesting as possible, while still introducing you so things you will likely see in the future. So if length of phone number is 10, I'll do something else. I will say this is not a valid phone number. Now, you know, the length, person can also go and put a string. So I will say if phone number dot is digit. Dot is digit is like saying that, is this a valid digit? So if it's a digit, I'll say valid phone number. I'll say length validation pass, but number validation fail. You see it. So now let us save it. Now to run it, I will just come over here to our terminal and press up and press enter. So you say what is your phone number? So if I should enter that same I entered before, you know, I enter A 10 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now this one will pass the length validation, but it won't pass the digit validation. So let us press enter. So you see it. You see length validation pass, number validation fail. So, but if I should run it again, but now I enter 090, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's count it. Sorry, let me clean it and start it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Press enter. I see valid phone number. So let's check another example in which you want to accept username from your users, but normally your instruction is that username can only be alphanumeric. That means it can only contain alphabet and number, but underscore, space, and the rest are not allowed. So you can, in that case, you can do something like this. You can say, okay, username equals to input. No, we talk about input before. What's your? You can say enter username. Let's just say enter username. Enter username. So the user I've entered his username to it. So what you just do, you say if username dot let's say is alphanumeric. I'm trying to say, okay, is it alphanumeric, like is AL short form for alphabet, then number, like this. That is how you do it. So it's alphanumeric. Come back to always put that bracket at the end. So you can say print. Now we have not done conditional, but I'm just showing you this if. Now, but we will still get to conditional, which I will show you all of them. So if username dot is alphanum, like it's alphanumeric, it contains alphabet and number. What I'm going to say, we'll say print. Okay, I already put, let's say valid username. Yes, like you can actually use this in your registration form. In your registration form, you can use it. You can say s print not valid. Not valid. Okay, so let's just leave it like this and go to our terminal to run it. So we'll come here, press this one, enter. It's enter username. I enter Isaac_4. It's a not valid. But if I run it again, I enter Isaac4 valid. So you see it. So all these methods that we have done, like what I told you before, it is actually a way to manipulate. It's a way to retrieve. So to test, you know, I summarize it as code. So these are what this method does. And if you want to see more list of them, you can go to your search bar in your computer, search for Python. You see the Python IDE that comes with Python. This is my own here. So I can say maybe A. I can say A. Okay, let me say name equals to Isaac. So okay, let me zoom it. Okay, let's see. Okay, this does not allow me to zoom in. I want to zoom so that you see it better, but not allow me. So Now you can say name equals to Isaac. So what I've just done here, I store the variable Isaac. I store the value Isaac to the variable name. So if I say name dot, you will see what it will do. You see, it shows us different methods. These are methods you can use. You see capitalize, we talk about, which capitalize only the first letter. I told you this is different from title. Title capitalize the first letter of every word, but capitalize only the first letter. So this capitalize, this is caseful, center, look at them. End with, we talk about end with, we talk about fine, we talk about format. So you see, they talk about index is alphanumeric, look at it here. Then is alpha. So just do it, you will see many of these methods. So each of these methods have what it does. So you can just go through them. So let's I will just close this now. So let us move over to another data type called number.